What's up? What's up? What's up, YouTube? This is DFS Dart Throws and Cash. It's a Wednesday night. I'm gonna be going over the Monday night slate where we had two lineups there, and then I'm also going to go over this game tomorrow night with the Browns and the Steelers. I'm gonna be looking at a showdown, and I'm gonna give a couple good options. I mean, this game it's gonna be a little low scoring, but I'm going to try to get us through it and get us some money here. So let's go over Monday night's lineups first, real quick. We got Josh Allen's dig stacks. We threw in some other guys with Dalvin Cook, Zach Moss, Isaiah McKenzie, Goddard, Burks, Eagles, and AJ Brown. Not in that order specifically, but those were the guys we picked. We were about 4 points off on that lineup to cashing in the Millie Maker. I cashed in pretty much all my 50-50s, all my double ups with this lineup. So thankfully that happened, and I broke even there. So this lineup was pretty good overall. I mean, Diggs and Allen just went off. There was not really much fantasy output from anybody other than those two and Jalen Hurts, and we kind of faded Jalen Hurts. Um, he was connecting with Quez Watson, and he had a lot of rushing touchdowns himself. So um, we did pretty well overall with this one. The other one was kind of just a straight up dud with the Kirk Cousins stack. But I mean, hey, we got to give these tournaments a different look. We got to get different. If we don't, then we're not going to place very high. And if we do place very high and our lineups are too similar to everybody else's, we're going to be splitting some serious prize money. So kind of get different. It's okay to lose sometimes. I mean, that happens with tournaments. With the cash, that's really where I want to end up in most of the time. So I do the tournaments just to get a little different. Hopefully, hit big one day. So let's look at the Thursday night lineup real quick that I just concocted. This is gonna be a boring one, like I said. It's gonna be pretty low scoring, but there's some ways you can take advantage of that. So two notable people are out. It's gonna be Miles Garrett, and then there is one other Browns player that is gonna be out as well. Let me Google that real quick just so I have it here. Browns defensive players out, just so I can look at that for you guys in real time. Um, Okay, Clowney, Jadeveon Clowney. That's who I was referring to, and it looks like Greedy Williams is on IR as well. That's interesting. Anyway, yeah, Browns D is going to be a little depleted. We got a few people out there, so I think that we can capitalize on a little bit there. So I do have Trubisky and Deontay Johnson there because that pass rush is not going to be as crazy. He's going to be able to get some targets off. Um, the people that were pretty expensive on the Steelers side of the ball was Najee Harris. I'm not way too high on him. Fryermuth should have an okay game. I mean, they just haven't had way too much fantasy output, and the price tag for each of them was a little bit too much for me. I like to go for kind of lower price guys for that captain spot. This is going to be my cash lineup. I am not putting this in the Millie Maker. This is kind of just an example. But I have Cade York, the kicker for the Browns, because I think the Steelers D is going to be pretty good. The Browns are going to probably be able to move the ball down the field a little bit, at least get it in the red zone, maybe get a few turnovers on the other side of the field. But I think the Steelers are ultimately going to make a lot of stops, and it's going to make Cade York uh, kick the ball from deep. So hopefully he will get us some good fantasy points. He's cheap. He allowed us to fit Deontay Johnson, Amari Cooper, Trubisky, and Chubb all in our lineup. So hopefully that pays off. I think that like I said, it will be a low scoring game, but there probably will be some field goals. That's why I have Chris Boswell in here. And then I've got Deontay Johnson, the number one wide receiver for the Steelers. Hopefully he can capitalize on that depleted defense. So he had 12 targets in the first game, 10 targets in the second game. I think that should be a good pick. Amari Cooper, slow start in that week one. He had 6 targets, 3 receptions, not too many yards, but he really came into placed last week and got 28 fantasy points for the Browns. Um, so I think that's going to be another good pick as well. And then Trubisky, it's always good to have a quarterback with a low floor. I think he's going to at least be able to put some points up. His ceiling is obviously not too high with the 12 points in both games back to back, but at least it's going to be consistent. That's what we want in cash. Um, and we got Nick Chubb last. So Nick Chubb destroyed the Jets D in week 2. Week 1, he did pretty decently against the Panthers. I mean, 22 attempts for 141 rushing yards. He just did not find the end zone. So I think he is a great pick. I think that he will be able to run all over the Steelers defense for the most part. Hopefully, he does get in the end zone once or twice. So yeah, that is going to be my lineup for this Thursday night games in cash. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments. I will be back on, make another video probably tomorrow, and I will look at the week 3 matchups for this weekend. I think that should be a little bit more interesting for y'all. Thank you so much for watching the podcast. I appreciate it. I will see you soon. Goodbye.